What if a single painting could reveal the truth you've hidden from even yourself? What if a portrait didn't just capture your face, but your soul? That's the haunting question at the heart of Danielle Steel's The Portrait, a novel that peels back the layers of love, grief, and the fragile beauty of second chances. This isn't just another love story. It's a journey through the landscapes of memory and art, where two broken souls, an artist and her subject, discover that healing sometimes begins when you dare to be seen. Today, we're diving deep into The Portrait, a novel by the one and only Danielle Steel, the undisputed queen of emotional storytelling and one of the most read authors in the world. So grab a cup of tea, settle into your favorite chair, and let's step into the world of Devon Darcy and Charles Mackenzie Taylor, where every brushstroke tells a story and every silence hides a wound. The novel begins with Devon Darcy, a gifted portrait artist whose reputation shines in New York's glittering art world. She's the kind of painter whose work seems to breathe. Her subjects don't just look alive, they feel alive. But behind her calm confidence and elegant reputation hides a history of profound loss. She was orphaned young, she married too soon, and she lost her husband far too early. Every portrait she paints is a dialogue between her own grief and the emotions of her sitter. And though the world sees her as the perfect artist, her own heart has long been off limits, closed behind invisible walls. Then one evening, at a Manhattan gallery, destiny steps quietly into the frame. Enter Charles Mackenzie Taylor, a man who looks like he belongs in the pages of Forbes, not a romance novel. He's a powerful entrepreneur, sharp-suited, driven but hollow inside. Behind his composed exterior lies a man scarred by childhood neglect and emotional coldness. The loss of his mother at 13 left him adrift. The disdain of his father shaped his walls of control and caution. He's successful, he's admired, but he's also profoundly alone. And when he sees Devon across that crowded gallery, something in him shifts. It's not just attraction, it's recognition, as if he's looking at someone who understands what it means to live half alive. Their eyes meet, and for a moment, time pauses. Devon is aware of him, the intensity in his gaze, the quiet magnetism that seems to draw her in. But she's wary. She knows men like him, polished, untouchable, armored in success. And yet, when he approaches her, there's something different. Charlie doesn't come with arrogance. He comes with curiosity. He tells her he wants her to paint his portrait, but what he doesn't say, not yet, is that he's hoping she might help him rediscover the parts of himself he buried long ago. Devon's schedule is packed. Her commissions lined up months in advance. Still, she finds herself thinking about him long after he's gone. And that's where Danielle Steel begins her magic, slowly, patiently, like an artist layering color on canvas. Months later, as summer rolls in, fate brushes the canvas again. Devon retreats to the Hamptons, hoping for quiet, for space to work on her art. But the Hamptons, with its glittering beaches and secrets behind every mansion door, isn't as peaceful as she hopes. And then, she meets him again. Charlie, the man from the gallery. He's there for the summer too, and this time, they're not strangers in a crowded room. The world slows down. Conversations stretch into sunsets. Laughter replaces silence. They begin to open up. Devon talks about her late husband, about the love that was taken from her too soon. Charlie shares the story of his lonely upbringing, his father's coldness, and the loveless marriage he now feels trapped in. What begins as friendship deepens into something richer, something neither of them dared hope for. But Danielle Steel doesn't paint perfect love stories. She paints real ones. And that's what makes The Portrait so quietly devastating and beautiful. Even as love blooms, ghosts linger. Charlie battles his fear of intimacy. Every time he gets close, he pulls away, afraid of losing control, afraid of being hurt. He's never known a love that didn't come with expectations or disappointment. Devon, too, wrestles with her demons. Loss has shaped her art and her identity. She fears that opening her heart again means risking another unbearable goodbye. Steel captures these vulnerabilities with a precision that's almost painterly. Her prose is deceptively simple but emotionally resonant. She doesn't rush the romance. Instead, she lets it evolve naturally through glances, gestures, and quiet moments that feel real. There's a beautiful scene, one that lingers, where Devon paints Charlie's portrait. As her brush glides over the canvas, she sees not the businessman the world knows, but the broken boy still trying to please his father. And in that moment, she realizes she's painting his truth, the one even he refuses to see. But life, like art, is never just light and shadow. It's the space between. Just as Devon begins to trust happiness again, tragedy strikes. An accident, sudden, shattering, threatens her career. The hands that once brought faces to life on canvas now tremble. She's forced to confront her worst fear, losing not only her art, but the very thing that connects her to the world. Charlie is there, at least at first. He wants to help, to protect her, but facing Devon's vulnerability stirs something terrifying in him. For a man who's always controlled every outcome, love becomes the one thing he can't manage. And so, just when Devon needs him most, he begins to retreat. It's not cruelty, it's fear. But for Devon, it feels like abandonment all over again. Steel doesn't shy away from the messiness of love, from the way pain can twist even the purest intentions. She shows us that healing isn't a straight line. It's a spiral, looping through hurt and hope, fear and forgiveness. The final chapters of the portrait are some of Steele's most heartfelt in years. Through therapy, reflection, and time, both Devon and Charlie begin to understand what love really demands. Not perfection, not possession, but courage. For Charlie, it's the courage to let someone see his flaws. For Devon, it's the courage to paint again, even if her art, like her heart, has changed forever. Their reunion isn't dramatic or filled with grand gestures. It's quiet, mature, and deeply satisfying, like two souls finally recognizing home. And when Devon finishes Charlie's portrait, truly finishes it, she sees not the man he was, but the man he's become, open, vulnerable, and alive. That painting becomes a symbol, not just of love, but of becoming whole again. The portrait isn't just a romance novel. It's a meditation on loss, resilience, and the transformative power of art. Danielle Steel writes with empathy, never judging her characters, only revealing them. She reminds us that pain doesn't define us, how we rise after it does. Through Devon, we see how creativity can become a lifeline, how art allows us to speak when words fail. Through Charlie, we witness the long, often painful process of learning to feel again after years of emotional numbness. And together, they teach us that love is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to open your heart despite it. If you've ever loved and lost, if you've ever struggled to trust again, if you believe that people, like paintings, can be restored with patience and care, then the portrait will speak to you. It's one of Danielle Steel's most emotionally intelligent novels. Not flashy, but deeply human. Her writing, as always, flows like silk, easy to read but layered with meaning. And her characters, especially Devon, linger long after the final page. This is a story for quiet nights and reflective hearts. A story that reminds us, even after the darkest storm, love, like art, endures. Every portrait tells a story. But the truest ones don't just capture who we are. They reveal who we're meant to be. The Portrait by Danielle Steel, a masterpiece of emotion, redemption, and love reborn from loss. Green Mountain TV, and this was today's book reflection. If you found this story moving, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more reviews that explore the heart behind the pages. Until next time, remember, art heals, love heals, and every story deserves to be seen.